stock traders. Hopefully you had a great day today. If you were following along with yesterday's list, I'm sure that you had a fantastic day with a lot of the picks that really did so fantastic. I was so excited to see it do so well. Looking forward to even more gains going into Christmas. Today was like Christmas early, and hopefully you had some great gains today as well. So if you're following this top 7 list, if you were equally in each and every one, you would be up 6.55% gain, doing very well. Personally, I had an 11.26% gain. Now, I was able to accomplish that because of the standard room and some of the picks that are in there that are different than the top 7 here. I have all of those top 7 stocks, but I also have part of my portfolio in some other calls and some other things going on. So that's how I was able to get that type of gain. If you are looking for those type of gains, you should really check out our standard level of our Patreon group. It's really, really good. And there are tons of great trades happening. You don't just get me, but you get a lot of other really great investors inside of there that do different types of strategies, and I follow some of them and they do so well. I think you could be successful doing that also. So month to date, if you are following this list closely, you should be at a 24.15% gain. Really big gains because of how the insiders did yesterday. It was really, really good. Year to date, I am personally at a 1,285% gain, so doing very well, and looking forward to continuing on through this year and having a fantastic 2021. So day trades. Had a couple day trades today. Just kind of doing a review real quick. I day traded JG and HUSN. I was able to trade those two in pre-market, and I traded just in pre-market, and then I was done with them. Had a 14.05% gain trading those before the market day even started. All right, so I have 2 sales to report from the top 7 list, and I could have held these, but I just kind of felt like it was time. For me, I wanted to capture those profits, and the first one I sold was AES. Sold it for a 24% gain. Pretty good investment over 6 business days. That one did really well. And I sold ELYS, sold that for a 76% gain. So did very well with that. Was very happy with it. I know it continued to move up, and maybe I sold a little early, but you know, a 76% gain in 4 days, I'll take it. Sounds good to me. We have a great group, and if you are looking to get in on these insiders as soon as possible, I highly recommend our Patreon group. We have a link in the description down below. We have a Discord attached to that with chat, and I do analysis on different stocks. And if you want to get that information first before the big bursts move upwards, highly recommend you check it out. It's worth being a part of. So we got a stimulus. This is great. And you know, the stocks that really shined today kind of made me laugh a little bit because it was GME. That was one stock that went crazy. Another one that went stock was ELYS. So I just kind of think of, you know, when I think of those 2 stocks, you know, one is a video game stock and one is gambling. And so I guess that shows how investors view how the normal American is going to be spending their stimulus money. Hey, honey, let's gamble and buy video games. Pretty funny. Anyway, I just kind of thought that was kind of funny how the market went. But we definitely saw that happening with insider activity, and the insider activity is the news before the news. And wow, insider stocks killed it today. Man, they just really did terrific. If it didn't have insider activity on it, it didn't seem to be moving. In fact, the overall market was a little bit down today, which was so surprising. But let's get to this top 7 and others and cover all these great stocks. Here we go. And the first one is GTY Technology. This is GTYH. And on Tuesday, this finished down 2.30%. My average in it's $4.46. And since calling this out, it is up 4.93%. So it's doing pretty good. William Green bought shares in open market. Analysts have an average target price on this of $10 a share. So the insider activity with the high analyst target make me very bullish on the stock. All right, the next is Cyclotherapeutics. Yes, I still have this. This is CYTH. And on Tuesday, this finished down 9.55%. So this had a rough day, and really surprising to me. It's not doing that great for us, but it's the only stock really in the portfolio that isn't doing well. And so when that's the case, you know, it's okay. I still think it's got time to turn around. I'm holding it for now. I think it's got a lot more pop left in it. My average in at $6.46 since calling this out. It is down 9.96%. And Patrick Ostrenick purchased shares in open market. It was a very bullish transaction. Analysts have an average target price on this of $12 a share. So that's a really high analyst target versus where the price of the stock is. And so I think that this one will move up, especially if we can get some more insider activity. This thing will really pop. All right, the next is MBIO, and this would probably be in the top 7, but it's not. This is Mustang Bio. On Tuesday, it finished up 3.38%. My average in it's $2.89. Since calling this out, it is up 21.11%, so it's really, really doing great. Lindsay Rosenwald, MD, bought shares at $2.66. I love it when doctors buy shares in the company that they work for, especially if that's a biotech company. That is a very bullish transaction. And also today, in after hours, we got a brand new insider, a CEO loaded up, and that was on Tuesday night. Now it's getting really, really bullish. Analysts have an average target price on this at $10.75. I think Mustang Bio is really going to fly. This is the next big one, and I think this is going to be explosive. So Mustang Bio is going to be really, really good. If you haven't gotten in on it yet, you know, it really hasn't gone up that much. You might say, well, how do you say that? It's up 21%. Well, because the analyst target is so high, and now we have 2 different officers going in, and one of them's a doctor that works for the biotech, and they just submitted a new drug that's being proposed for brain cancer. I mean, there are so many things going on with Mustang Bio. I think you can still get in and make a huge amount of money on this. It's got so much upside. And then also that new insider activity. You know, I'm going to be in the stock at least for 3 more days now because of that new insider activity. And I think it's going to do great through this week and on into next through the rest of the year. Number 7 is Selecta Biosciences. This is SELB. And on Tuesday, this finished up 6.51%. My average in it's $3.01. Since calling this out, it is up 12.96%. So it's doing very well. The chief medical officer bought 40,000 shares in open market. Very bullish. And then they had some news today. And so there's a lot of things going on. Analysts have an average target price of $6.71. This is another one that can really double in price. I think that it could do very well, especially through the end of the year. Number 6 is PNNT. This is Pennock Park Investments. And on Tuesday, it finished up 0.45%. My average in is $4.51. Since calling this out, it is down just a little bit. It's down a smidge. It's down 0.89%. But Samuel Katz, director, bought shares at $4.47 one day. The next day went back, bought shares at $4.45. The next day went back, bought shares at $4.40. The next day went back, bought shares at $4.41. So that is 4 buys in a row, 4 business days in a row. So I like that. Analysts have an average target price on this of $5.18. So there is some upside here. But obviously, Samuel Katz believes the price of the stock is going to go up. And so it's not even close to where it should be, or we wouldn't have that insider activity like that. Something's going on there. So I like it to move up. It's also very low float, so I like that too. Number 5 is Mastercraft, MCFT, and this was up 5.10% on Tuesday. My average in it's $26.50, and since calling this out, it is up 3.51%. 2 different directors bought shares in open market. Analysts have an average target price of $34. And so all those things combined make me convinced that Mastercraft's going to do well. It has been beaten up, and now the economy is getting better, so it should do well. The next is VTRS. VTRS, and on Tuesday this finished up 2.01%. My average in it's $17.84. Since calling this out, is down 0.60%, so less than 1%, but it's just getting started. James Kilt, director, bought shares at $17.66. Analysts have an average target price on this at $22.47, so there is some upside here. And I think that VTRS will do well going into next week. Should be good. Number 3, and this one could be number 1. Man, it is surging. It started off bad, but man, did it turn around today. USIO. On Tuesday, this finished up 29.77%. So it finally got that run I expected. That insider activity was really, really strong. I was not worried when it finished down the other day. My average in it's $2.35, so I'm sitting pretty in it. Hopefully you guys got in it on that dip. Since calling it out, it is up 18.72%. But Top Line Capital Partners has been loading up big time. And I don't think that's done. Usually when you see a lower volume stock like this surge 30%, it's because there's more insider activity going into the stock. I don't know that yet. Nothing's been reported yet, but that is usually the case. Also, Colin McBarry, who's a director on the board, has been loading up shares also. Analysts have an average target price of $4.10. So there's almost 100% upside available on this. And so all of that together, I think that something big is going on at USIO. Number 2 is NTAP. This is NetApp. And I like this stock because it's a safer stock. You need some of these in your portfolio, but it's also had insider activity, and on Tuesday it finished up 2.54%. This one is brand new to the list. My average in it, $66.34. Since calling this out, it is up 1.29%. The CFO bought $958,000 worth in open market. I love CFO buys. Those are the best, but this one shows a very high conviction. Anytime a CFO goes in $1 million, this thing is going to do well. I know it's going to do well. It's a foregone conclusion. When a CFO goes in that size, I've had a very high win percentage. Analysts have an average target price on this of $77 a share. So there is some upside there. Should be a great day tomorrow with NTAP. Number one. See, this is why if you're not a member of our Patreon group, you need to be, because these videos come out once a day. And I made this analysis and alert that came out after yesterday's video. So a lot of people in the group were able to load up, but the next one is GameStop, GME. GameStop has a lot going on with it right now, and it looks like they could receive a buyout offer. And so this company is going to surge, and that along with stimulus money, gambling and video games. Here we go. Anyway, GameStop on Tuesday finished up 25.31%. My average in it's $15.76. Called it out in the group, and once called it out, just about everyone in the group was able to get in at the target price. And this was up 23.77% since calling it out. And so that's why you got to be part of that group, because if you had $1,000 in there, well, that's $237 that you just earned on $1,000 in one day. These don't happen all the time, but they do happen a lot. And RC Ventures is buying big amounts of shares. And that's the company that's the possible buyout from. So there's possibly an offer coming, and they're talking, and also that, and then stimulus money coming in should be really good for sales for GameStop. And so they should be looking at a really good end of the year for sure. I do a lot of work for this list, so if you could please do me a favor, please hit that most amazing and wonderful like button. Also, if you were to share this video with your friends, I would appreciate it very much. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. We put out one of these videos every business day. I wish all of you the best on the market. Keep with your strategy. Find a strategy that works, keep with it as long as it works. Always be evaluating it, making it better, making tweaks. That's how you make the strategy perfect. Hope all of you have a great trading day tomorrow. Happy holidays, and Raythoven out.